I have just discovered that Sherman Pendergast, who you might know was an MMA fighter connected to MFS, has been diagnosed with cancer and is in fact going through some sort of radiation therapy for that now. So prayers, of course, to him for that. The other thing was, I did say about a week or two ago, I did bring up JB and his father, who was suffering from, I think it was stomach cancer as well, but I could be wrong. And I wanted to just let everybody know that unfortunately JB's father has died. So we're sort of sending our prayers to him and his family through the bereavement process there. Other news, I have got rid of my Society Finches. Well, I've got rid of Rosie and Trio, and the reason is I bought them as a breeding pair after Pettis died, and they can't, they're just, there's something wrong with her. They had a first clutch and she was egg bound, and I saved her from that, but she nearly died and I think it put her off. So she stopped roosting for ages after that. And then finally when she started again, there was something wrong with the eggs. Some of them were hollow, there had nothing in them. Some of them were sort of misshapen and stuff like that. Despite incubating them for the full period of time, we didn't get any young. So I let them try 3 or 4 times, and then I thought, look, I've got to downsize, so I sent them to market. I have, however, kept Mike, and I put him in with Bonnie now to see if I can get crossbreeds. So there we are. My UFC 134 predictions will be up shortly, so keep a lookout for them. I have heard about the Fox deal with the UFC. They've signed some sort of 7-year contract with the Fox network. They had done a 6-year contract, I think, with Spike TV, which they have now dropped. And this is supposed to be far more national in the US anyway. It's supposed to be a big deal. They also, Fox seems to have better ideas for Tough, you know. I think Spike TV's idea was to try and get as many Julie Brownings into the Tough house to increase ratings through sort of shit, basically. Didn't work, and the Tough seasons have sort of dragged for about 4 or 5 seasons now. However, the Fox network is thinking that perhaps it would be better if they filmed during the week and then did the broadcast at the end of the week. So it was almost live, as in they were actually in the house when you're watching it on television. And they said, you know, one of the things they could think of doing was arranging fights via public opinion, so opening up some sort of phone line, one would presume. I think that would work quite well. I'm interested to see if that could rejuvenate it or not. I don't hold out much hope for this first season with that, just because they've gone stupid with the coaches again. So we'll have to see. I'm prepared to say, you know, let's watch it this season, let's watch it next season, and let's hope by next season it's sort of improved a bit. I have Prom 58 down as being exciting this week, so shall we have a look at what that is? This is my little prom book, which I got in London, in fact, and tells me when all the proms are and what they are. Prom 58, it's 7 PM at the Royal Albert Hall on Sunday the 28th of August, that's next week. And it's Mendelssohn's Elijah, which I am unsure if I've actually heard or not. But anyway, that's happening next week, so that's worth watching. And you don't actually need to go to London to watch it, because a lot of these proms are filmed now and put onto television. I've got some exciting visits this week. I've got Ripon this afternoon. I'm going to Evensong there. I'm hoping to go to Spofforth Castle tomorrow, and I have a visit to Ripley Castle with my nan next week, so that looks good. Shout outs now, I suppose. Seth Petrozelli won his fight at Bellator, like I said I thought he would, and he's also got his black belt now, so well done to him. And Pat Curran has won, I think that was the lightweight tournament final, so I think he's actually won that completely now at Bellator as well, so well done to both of those two. They've done extremely well there. Now the only other thing I wanted to say this week for my blog is that I have sort of lost patience with how slow things are going. Back in 2009, September 2009, before I went on the my second American Dreams tour, I was publishing work online. I was visiting mixed martial arts promotions, local mixed martial arts promotions. My popularity was at an all-time high on the forum, and prospects looked good. Now, after the American Dreams tour, a lot of the mixed martial arts promotions that I was following in England collapsed. I've not been published online for quite some time now, not really since then. Not surprisingly, because a lot of the stuff that I was published online for was the write-ups to actually going. Matt Hughes Forum is in decline, to put it politely. And I just feel like, you know, nothing's happened. 2010 was quite a bad year for me. We tried all sorts to, you know, to change jobs, to move from here, all sorts, and I didn't get anywhere at all. I did manage to breed finches to finers at the start of this year. You know, I've lost that ability as well with the death of the male of my breeding pair. So now I'm getting annoyed, and now I'm at the stage where, you know, I think, well, I've got to start doing drastic things to make this happen, and I'm analysing, and I'm thinking, what is actually stopping me from doing some of these things? And part of it is distractions. I'm afraid the forum and things on the internet are quite a distraction, and I am going to have to cut stuff down there a little bit. But the main distraction is just, you know, television and stuff like that. And a lot of it I'm paying through the roof for when I don't need it. So I'm going to be cutting services here, and I have had enough with this part buy, part rent thing, which has been going on for nearly a year. I've been in endless battles with Harrogate Borough Council about this, about the funding. I'm discovering that there's new hidden costs in the thousands for legal fees and stuff like that, with arranging mortgages with banks and stuff like that. So I'm sorry, but I am now going to be looking straight away to move from here into other rented accommodation. I'm handing in my my stuff to the council for council housing, and I don't care if that means that the landlord gets to know my entire feelings on this place, because maybe it's about time he knew that this place is shit. I mean, I have made the best of it, but there are a lot of people who wouldn't stay in accommodation like this, not even at this price. I mean, it's not a brilliant price now. You can get a lower price in the same area that has more mod cons, so I've had enough. And I'm angry a little bit at circumstances, but I'm really sort of angry at myself for not actually, you know, getting on and sorting this out, because I've kind of waited a little bit thinking things would change, you know, and I'm just sick of it now. So there'll be big changes, and there'll be big changes pretty quickly as well. So there we are.